Aren't you being a bit rude? He's a count after all.
I don't care about people's social status.
That's a great way to find yourself in jail one day. You know, not all aristocrats are as nice as him.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
You're pretty confident in yourself. How'd you get that way?
If you were me instead of you, you'd understand.
Whatever you say.
Strategy role-playing games have become my favorite genre in the last couple of years, so when Flight Plan, makers of Summon Night and Black Matrix series, were having a new game released in North America, I was excited. Come to find out, it wasn't Dragon Shadow Spell, but one that's a little more gothic in tone. In 2008, Atlus brought us Eternal Poison for the PlayStation 2.
Cry and despair.
Initially starting with 3 different scenarios and more that are unlocked, with the goal of each is pretty much the same: transverse the realm of Bestick and find out who's behind it being here. The story is pretty interesting and definitely has a few twists that make it better. Unfortunately, it seems Flight Plan wanted this to be a first part of some number in a series, since it leaves an open ending. The story in this game is told, but there's just a couple of things that aren't explained well, which creates more confusion than intrigue. A typical battle won't last more than 30 minutes, since most battlefields are small enough to be able to get into combat within a round or two. The spell system is based on charges instead of MP. Even though you generally will never have more than 5 charges for a single spell, I never really ran out of them unless I was using it for grinding purposes. Weapons are also given some variance, since now there's 3 weapon types, and bows do less damage the further away the target is from the archer. Graphically, it's a mixed bag. The art for the characters you meet is gorgeous, and some of the places like the hub town Istapolis are very detailed. The models that are used during attack animations are very low quality, and the models on the field, well, they're serviceable.
Die!
One annoying thing about this game are the loading times that happen to show attack animations. These last about 2 seconds to load for weapon attacks and about 5 to 7 seconds for spells. That is ridiculous, since there really isn't much to them unless you're doing one character's special attacks. Spells that have an area effect don't even get an animation, so the battle animation loading is pointless. Luckily, you can turn this off and it will greatly speed up the battles.
Saving the day!
Now, many have had issue with the fact that you
Let's
can't
begin.
go back and grind, and this makes the game hard. I really didn't have a problem with this, since taking any action that isn't using an item or waiting earns experience. So just as long as your character can use enhancing spells, it should be okay. I only lost 1 battle in my entire 50 hours of playing. The hardest part of this game is finding the proper path to earn the get ending and capturing all the Majin to unlock the final battle. There are 49 Majin to capture, and exploring their weaknesses will definitely make things easier. In some battles, you'll have to meet certain special conditions to actually get to some of them.
Bow before Atona!
I really enjoyed the music to this game. It has an eclectic mix of violins and guitar that oddly works. Maybe I'm just a fan of some good old juxtapositional music. The voice acting is also good overall.
Go away!
Overall, it's a solid strategy role-playing game with a unique setting. The pros: good voice acting, solid combat, good story and setting. The cons: the loading time, sparse models and animation, and the trial and error discovery of the good endings. Well, that's all for now. Later days.
It's only natural.